So I went up and I looked it up on Google. I said, what does bastard really mean? Let's just get this straight. And I looked it up, and it meant that one who does not have a father. And I said, okay, that's fair. I was angry because, see, at the time I didn't understand what it meant. So I didn't get upset by it because I said, this is legitimate, what he's saying or whatever anyone is saying. And I come from that. Our society is so entrenched in their set of beliefs that it's somehow, I don't understand why it's okay to have an extramarital affair and the wife will know about it and she'll have an arrangement, she'll have an understanding, but then that same wife will say something about me being a love child. So I don't understand the hypocrisy of it.
Have you now come to terms all these years later with what happened? Are you comfortable completely with your father? Have you asked him the questions that, why did you abandon my mother? Why didn't you stay with her?
No, because when I got to understand where he comes from and his culture, I understood that marriage is barely a norm there. In the Caribbean, it's not even required for you to be married. It's very normal for a man to have multiple wives and have multiple, or not even wives, have multiple women and have multiple children from them. And there's a lot of harmony there. So I said, look, this is his culture. I'm not going to question it. Yes, of course, the fact that all the time that she lost, all the work that she said she lost, and all the heartbreak that it caused her is a separate thing. And I made my peace with it much after, when I was about 16 or 17 years old. And today I don't have that conversation with him because I understand that this is where he comes from. The Satish Kaushik. Mm-hmm. So I had trouble.
Old friend of mine.
Yes,
He's a very old friend of hers. And
from your theatre days.
Yes. And I had trouble getting admission in school because they needed to know who the father was, or something like that. And he offered, and he said, I'm dark and she's dark and they won't be able to tell. And he said, I'll just get married to you for the sake of her getting admitted in school.
Things like that.
Interesting, because the dark part that you just mentioned, there is one, the stigma which is associated with the fact that, single mother's child, love child. The other is an Indo-Caribbean marriage.
In a Gujarati medium school.
Sorry, in a Gujarati medium school that you went.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, was that also difficult? Did that, you think, somewhere, even a few months ago, when those tweets came out, it almost seemed that there was an edge of racism in the way we were dealing with the fact that you were, was she dark, West Indian? Do you think that made it? Has that ever sort of, have they ever sort of raised that with you?
Constantly. But it just never stops me. That's a different thing. The way I take it is very different. But it happens with people I know, sometimes friends' mothers, sometimes friends' fathers who make comments on the color of your skin and how. And I know people till today who are very intelligent, come from good homes, who want to make sure that the daughter doesn't get a tan.